chest x-ray is most of the times normal. If there is abnormality, you can detect Westermark sign. Westermark sign is what? Westermark sign says, see, this is the lungs, right? So here is the thrombus. There is a focal oligemia, that is no blood due to pulmonary embolism. That is what is the Westermark sign. The next abnormality is the Hampton's hump, which is because of the lung ischemia leading to a wedge-shaped opacity. That is Hampton's hump. This is what is Hampton's hump. Westermark sign is the focal oligemia that you find because of the pulmonary embolism. And what else can be found is a Pala sign, which is due to dilatation of right descending pulmonary artery. Okay. So this was about chest x-ray. What else we can do is an ECG, which shows most commonly sinus tachycardia or a T wave inversion. Sinus tachycardia, T wave inversion, but the most specific being S1Q3T3. What is that? This is the McGrind with sign. What's that? There is a deep S wave in lead 1, T wave inversion, and deep Q in lead 3, and T wave inversion. This is the most specific features. You can otherwise do an echocardiography, which will show right ventricular dysfunction, because pulmonary embolism or cor pulmonal, which is likely to be a right ventricular dysfunction due to lungs, not heart. COPD, interstitial lung disease, these are the chronic causes of right ventricular dysfunction. ILD is obstructive sleep apnea, or there is a bronchiectasis. So right ventricular dysfunction because there is hypoxemia leading to pulmonary vasoconstriction, leading to pulmonary hypertension, and leading to right ventricular dysfunction. So what it does is thrombus over here. pressure builds up, then pushes the left ventricle becomes छोटा. तो क्या होता है कि यहाँ से output is reduced. So it can be accompanied with shock and reduced blood pressure. Plus right ventricular dysfunction. So the features will be, if it's a case of severe pulmonary embolism, subacute pulmonary embolism, submassive, or it's a case of minimal pulmonary embolism. So how you manage these people? If it's a severe measure, that means that is right ventricular dysfunction and that is shock. Right. So here in our patient we didn't have any shock like features. So because the BP was 120/80, it was not a shock patient, so it wasn't a massive embolism, and the right ventricular dysfunction was suggestive. Then you will do an immediate thrombolysis plus anticoagulant therapy. Right, you have to give anticoagulants and immediate thrombolysis. You have a drug-eluting stents. This is a vessel. This is a thrombus. You inject a catheter. Stabilize. Vasopressor. 500 ml normal saline. You have to give. If it's not a submassive one, that means there is only right ventricular dysfunction but the BP seems to be normal, then you go for anticoagulant like LMWH or all followed by dabigatran or rivaroxaban, plus minus depending on the stability, hemodynamic stability. You give thrombolysis. There is minimum pulmonary embolism, then you just give anticoagulants. That means that the BP is normal, right ventricular is normal, function is normal. So this is how you manage a case of pulmonary embolism. Right.